Okay, yesterday we had a pretty serious terrorist attack in California, San Bernardino. Now, you've all known that I'm a big fan of the TV show Gotham, and one of its actresses, Cameron B. Condova, her father's a Navy SEAL. He knew a friend of mine from high school who was also a SEAL. My friend confirmed that recently. And she is from that area. Her father's still an active SEAL. And she had a lot of friends and relatives in that area. So, yeah, I mean, the World Wide Web has just made us so many friends and colleagues all over the world. You know, we have friends in Canada, we have friends in all states, okay, and it's not the least bit uncommon for us to be interacting with people who have family here or there. So, and I guarantee you, most of my subscribers listening to this now, and whoever else is watching it, I guarantee you someone you interact with, whether it be Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, I guarantee you someone you talk to, maybe a celebrity you follow, maybe a friend you follow, or someone who has a common interest. I guarantee you they have someone they knew out in San Bernardino. Guaranteed. Okay? I live in Westchester. I had family in 9/11. They all survived, obviously. Okay? And you'd be surprised who went to high school with. They live in this town now, and their cousin is. You'd be surprised. So, and I imagine that's true for a lot of us. You know, all the social media we do. Our world has become a lot smaller, and because of that, these things become a lot more personal. Okay, and yeah, I feel bad. I do feel bad for people out there. I do feel bad for friends and relatives. Okay, now, I interact with someone on social media who was close to the Ferguson riots physically. I mean, she was in close proximity. But we can't really talk about that until we have a little more information. We know it was an American citizen, Muslim. We know he went to Qatar, however the fuck you pronounce it, and got a wife and came back here and waged jihad. We know there are 14 people dead and at least 17 injured, if not more. But we don't really know a lot yet. We have to still uncover a lot more things. They got to search the house with a fine-tooth comb. They got to interview 5,000 people that knew this guy. Because if you blow up a fucking building or if you shoot a place, the feds are going to want to talk to every single person you've ever known your entire life. They're going to want to talk to the kids you went to day camp with 25 years earlier. So we have a lot more stuff to uncover. Now, I was thinking about this concept a couple of weeks ago. This myth, this fantasy of the military age male. Military age male. Now, a military age male is a man suitable for combat who was between 16 and 60. Because if you're over 60 or under 16, you're not capable of combat. Tell it to Chuck Norris. And that mythology, that fantasy, we cling to that so much. Now, this concept originated over 1,000 years ago in other countries where people didn't live past 45. So by the time you were 15, you had to be married, basically. If you look at Romeo and Juliet, yeah, I know that fantasy. Romeo and Juliet, she's 13, he's 15, and they're married. And he's carrying a sword, and he's fighting duels, and he's referred to as a man. Not a boy, not a child, but a man. And that was the concept of the military age males between 16 and 60, and they fight in wars, and they're old men. You watch the Game of Thrones show, or the book series, A Song of Ice and Fire. Jaime Lannister is on the Kingsguard at 16, okay? And the military age men went out and fought the wars, and the women and the children stayed home. and there was a lot of gallantry. If you look at the Battle of the Alamo, the youngest offender killed was 15. But as for the women and children and Travis's adult male black slave, they were spared because even though the Mexicans were fucking slitting the throats of the whites, the Texians they were called, Santa Anna did not want to wage war against women and children. And there's this romance involved, this chivalry and knighthood and all of the fucking bullshit. Now, many years ago in England and other European countries, men between 16 and 60 had to required by the Lord and by the king to practice the arrow every week at the Pell, I think it was. Now they had back then there was no weekend. Monday through Saturday you work, Sunday morning you go to church, Sunday afternoon you practice with your arrow. They had arrows with a big bump on the front of it, and it was called a blunt. It was capable for hunting small game. And it might have a little tiny spike to kill the rabbit. But they couldn't use full-fledged arrows because they were military-style assault weapons. And Eric and Barry from Iraq veterans said in a video, obviously a few years ago, that the bowstring, there was a military bowstring and a civilian bowstring. And the military bowstring could pull back further and reach a further distance. Bow control. Okay? And when the king or the Lord called the men to battle, he gave them the military-style assault arrows, and they went off to fight. And when they came back home, they had to go right back to the hunting blunts and shit. You couldn't have a military-style arrow in your collection unless the king or your Lord ordered it. But the military-aged men went off and fought in wars. Okay? And today, we say, okay, the military-aged male, and okay, all these military-aged men come from Syria, and we're worried about these military-aged men. And I'm like, you're fucking stupid. You're fucking stupid. Allow me to explain. The opening scene of American Sniper, also read the book. Chris Kyle is on the rooftop of one building with his rifle, and he sees a middle-aged man come up with a cell phone on another rooftop. And he radios in, I got a military-aged man on a rooftop talking on a cell phone. And they're like, is he talking to his girlfriend? Is he conveying troop movements? What are they doing? And then we have the problem where you have the woman and the child. This illustrates my point perfectly. The woman and the child come down. The woman has an explosive device, hands it to her child, and her child advances on the troops. And Chris Kyle kills them both. So here you have a perfect case where the greatest sniper in American history is staring directly at a man and saying, this guy a threat, and then at the end of the conversation, he kills the woman and child. Okay? In Paris, the mastermind had at least one woman in his quarters when he was killed. And some reports say she was the suicide bomber, other reports say she was next to the suicide bomber, but she was an active participant in jihad. And you have a woman who was involved in a mass shooting in California yesterday. Okay, 27-year-old woman. They said they were men, and wait, that's a woman. Oops, that's a woman. Women can shoot. Women can stab. Now, Dog the Bounty, yeah, I know, Dog the Bounty Hunter. Dog the Bounty Hunter said it perfectly. Girls fight, girls stab, girls shoot. Okay? You could be, look at fucking Melody. You want a perfect fucking example, look at Melody. She's 97 fucking pounds. I outweigh her by about 83 or 85 pounds on a given day. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I outweigh her by 93 pounds. I can't count for shit. I outweigh Melody by 93 pounds. You know what I tell Melody when I talk to her on social media? If I ever do force on force training with you, you're taking your boots off. Because she goes for the balls and the throat. Now, obviously, Melody's a good guy. She's on our side. But imagine someone like Melody that had her determination, but decided to use it for evil. Imagine if Melody's allegiance was to the Islamic terrorism and not to us. Okay? Annie Oakley was the greatest exhibition shooter of all time. 5 feet tall, 90 pounds. Thank God she was a good girl. Because if Annie Oakley was a fucking terrorist, she would have been bad news. Bonnie Parker. There is no solid evidence that Bonnie Parker ever killed anyone with her own hands. But she missed a couple times. There was one incident where Bonnie Parker was coming out of a Hyatt Alclad barrel, and all 4'11", 90 pounds of her came out of a fucking building carrying a BAR, and she shot at a state trooper. And the bullets hit the tree, and because it was a big tree, it stopped at 30-06 rounds, and he only got some splinters in his face. Okay? And people that saw her in action said that a U.S. Marine couldn't be as dangerous with a BAR as Bonnie Parker could. Okay? You ever see Deadly Women on Investigative Discovery? You'll have fucking nightmares, okay? You don't want to go near a fucking woman, okay? They show 12-year-old girls fucking stabbing each other on that fucking show. Okay? Girls stab. There's a video, Nothing Fancy, where the colonel is doing one of those simulators where you have the electronic gun and you interact like an interactive video game to do the deadly threat assessment. One of the scenarios was a woman called the police to say, "Get her out of my house. She doesn't belong here. She's on drugs." And that woman picked up scissors and ran towards the student, in this case, Nothing Fancy, and he shot her. And he said, "Well, fucking scissors are a weapon." Okay? And look at these little fucking cocksuckers in these countries, okay? You got kids 10 years old with fucking bomb vests on, okay? You got fucking kids. They give the kid a fucking knife this fucking big. And they have the kid cut the fucking guy's head off. And you see kids 12 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, Allahu Akbar, cutting off fucking heads. Okay? So while you're focusing on males that are between 16 and 60, these women and these children will fucking kill you. They will fucking murder you. And I've heard some people say we should let the Syrian refugees in, but only the women and the children. Okay. We should let the Syrian refugees in, but only let the men in if they're married with a child. Okay. Are you that fucking stupid? Women are more dangerous than men sometimes. Because here's the issue, okay? Look at U.S. Marines, okay? Now, in the U.S. Marine Corps, women and men train separate. So all the females have to be drilled by female drill instructors. Those women are fucking animals. When I took the state trooper exam a few years ago, I got like a fucking 76 on it, and I was like 20,000 on the list. But there was a woman trooper who had to come by with a box, and we're all double lined waiting to get into the auditorium to take the gym to take the test. This woman, state trooper, New York state trooper, she's this fucking big. She walks into a crowd of men without even blinking. Make a hole, 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 make a hole. And all these fucking men who outweighed her by 70 pounds moved out of the way. Okay. Because the New York State Police, my cousin, he's a trooper. He survived Iraq. And he was an Army National Guard officer in Iraq, in Afghanistan. And he says the State Police Academy is crazy. Okay? Because this combat shit has been traditionally a man's world. So when women infiltrate the man's world, they want to prove they're just as tough as the fucking men. That's why they're acting so fucking crazy. The same way goes for the Muslim terrorists, okay? They are in a man's world. They're also in a man's world that views them as shit. So in order for them to be considered equal in the eyes of the man, they have to fucking kill people. Okay? And these little bastards, they see their fathers beheading people, raping people, okay, bombing shit, and they want to be just as cool as their father. You all see the kids want to be like their father. They want to use their father's razor blade. They want to use their father's lawnmower. They want to use their father's gun. Well, imagine if you had a guy who's a fucking terrorist and he's got 6 sons. And they're all 12, 11, 6 years old. They want to be just like him. Okay? They want to be just like him. And it's a dangerous world we're living in. And if you're walking around blindfolded because only men between 16 and 60 are dangerous, you are in a big fucking world of danger, man. You are in a world of shit. Okay? Thank you. Open your fucking eyes, people.